My name is Briana Santiago. I am currently in formation with a community of consecrated women called the Apostles in the Interior Life. I'm originally from San Antonio, Texas, born and raised. I attended Holy Trinity Parish since I think a couple of days after I was born. My parents were super involved at Holy Trinity. We would do the art and liturgy stuff, so decoration and all that awesome thing. So basically what that meant was that my sister and I would get to run around the church all the time while our parents were doing really pretty serious stuff. So during my first communion, there was actually a huge wall of plastic going up on the side because the church was being doubled in size at that time. We'll never forget walking up to receive the Lord. Not just because it was my first time, but also because on the other side of that wall of plastic, there were tractors. Growing up, I was involved with Life Teen and the retreats. I'm a musician, playing violin and guitar, and I loved getting involved with music there. But I have to be honest, it probably wasn't until going to Texas A&M University that I started getting involved in prayer life. For me, prayer life before then was meals, right before meals, and also funerals of parishioners from Holy Trinity. So I grew up thinking that rosaries were only prayed in long car rides or at funerals.
Briana, are you all packed and ready to go?
Check.
Do you have your rosary with you?
Double check. And I want to say that I was pretty normal growing up. Relationships. I had a couple of relationships in high school. In college, I went on a couple of dates. The most memorable, the young man came to the door dressed in a suit with a bouquet of yellow flowers. So a woman who was in San Antonio for a time suggested that I go visit Texas A&M. I was really interested in engineering at the beginning, and so I went to go see these different universities. When I got to A&M, I was so struck by St. Mary's. My first experience there was going to Mass. Mass was packed. There were just hundreds of young people everywhere, and the music was just incredible. I prayed so well. It was amazing. And so took a tour, campus. I loved how involved the young people were. And so when I finished up at Reagan, I went straight up to A&M. And when I was there, I met this crazy community of consecrated women, Italians, loved the accents, thought they were hilarious. And one of them, the one that was meeting with me, asked me one time, "Well, Briana, do you pray?" I just kind of laughed her off. But it took months. It took months for me to realize how important it was, that I couldn't discover who I was made to be unless I was praying. And it was there, I think, I realized that I needed to actually ask the Lord what He had in mind for me, what He created me for. And that's when my vocation discernment started. And it lasted years. The praying, the discovering, the being super attracted to really great young men that I was meeting there at the Catholic Center. All of it took years. I think one of the most frequent questions that we get when young people ask us about discernment is, how do you discern? How do I know what the Lord wants from me? I can't even hear His voice. Good point. You have to just kind of go for it. And that's terrifying, I know. But your vocation is the truest expression of yourself. It is the most you that you could ever be. And there's nothing more freeing or liberating than that, even if it might take time. And I feel silly quoting this, but there's that scene when Pocahontas arrives to the fork in the river, and she's singing about Cokeworm and the Dream Giver, and she doesn't know where to go. I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but she takes a path. Not only does she take a path, but she takes the narrow path in that split in the river there. And she goes towards the dream giver. Well, who is this dream giver if not God Himself, the one who calls to her and shows her her mission of peace and of freedom and of joy. And now I'm here in Rome, and I will, if God wills, will have my consecration this December. So in a couple of weeks. After this journey of almost 6 years, of a little more than 6 years of formation with my community. I ask that you would pray for me in these last couple of weeks of preparation to make that final gift of myself unto the Lord. You never know what the Lord is asking, but I can guarantee whatever He asks of you, it will make you the happiest that you have ever been. God bless.